360 of why black women just hate each other. I literally watched a bunch of women after that BET Awards complain that there was no men in the Usher tribute. And I'm like, bro, what's wrong with watching all women celebrate him? One, let's be clear. Outside of Chris Brown, I keep saying, well, where was Chris Brown? One, Chris Brown is on tour, and then I think a lot of people have amnesia. Bro, Chris Brown and Usher literally got into it this year. In 2024, they literally got into a physical altercation. You think this man want this man to come and sit here and do a tribute to him? The last time them two was in a building together, they literally got into a physical altercation.
I thought they pieced it up at the Super Bowl.
When Chris Brown wasn't there?
I thought I heard they was together at the Super Bowl.
Well, it ain't no video. I ain't see it. But even still, and then they just start running. Then I seen a bunch of women literally run off a bunch of names of a bunch of male artists. Let's be clear. Because I hate when y'all pick and choose when you want to talk about numbers and this, that, and the third. There's not a male rapper outside of Chris Brown that's bigger than any female who got on that stage last night. At whatever you feel like the bar is for the women who start from to the top to the bottom, there is not a man who can compete with any of those women on popularity, ticket sales, or album sales, or any of that. So why the hell would I sit here and take the lesser popular celebrity? Y'all talking about y'all seen the same people start talking about Jacquees. What are y'all talking about, dog?
Because I think they were talking about the singing.
The singing of what? The mics was messed up the whole entire joint. So what are you talking about the singing? Do you think Jacquees could sing better than Coco Jones? Ain't no way in hell. Let's be serious. You want to run down off the names of people who was on there? Like, what are we talking about? Oh yeah, you wanted to see what you wanted to see Tank do. You wanted to see Tank and let's pick up whenever they said Miguel. So you wanted to see Tank and Miguel do what you seen Victoria Monet and Tiana Taylor do? No, nobody wanted to see that. Like, what are we talking about, dog? I mean, that's my only thing.
To Usher. That's why I figured to me.
What? It's a tribute to Usher. Keke Palmer smoked that shit. I didn't even know Keke Palmer was that goddamn talented. I always kept wondering, like, damn, why everybody keep caping for Keke Palmer? She showed me why people be caping for her, because she smoked that performance. Like, what are we talking about? Like, who did y'all want to see sit here and take place of? Like, I don't want to see as a man, I didn't want to see no naked niggas up there. So that whole little thing that Keke Palmer was doing and Tiana Taylor and Victoria, I didn't want to see a man replace them. For what? Them niggas is irrelevant. Like, I don't care. Tank got to go on tour with like 10 other niggas, dog. Like, all of them dudes they kept naming off, and what's the nigga, Lucky Day, and all them other males that they was, bro, all of them niggas have to go on tour with 20 other niggas. These women can sell out tours by themselves. Tiana Taylor sold out a tour by herself. Coco Jones can sell out tours by herself. Like, what are we talking about, dog? Keke Palmer is a goddamn, dog. She got TV shows, YouTube shows, everything in the world. Like, what? Come on, dog. Like, stop. Sometimes y'all just got to stop. Like, that hate that black women got for each other is sickening as hell, dog. Like, that is disgusting how bad y'all hate on each other. Like, I was literally like, bro, y'all cannot be serious. You literally naming off a bunch of niggas who ain't had a song that nobody listened to in God knows how long. Y'all literally was just sucking Coco Jones off for like the last 3 years.
They do for the tributes. It's not nobody that's irrelevant. When they do the tributes, for lifetime tributes, they usually bring back older people. And that's like I said, I get it why people probably they was like, why wasn't no male up there singing it? I get that part because it was Usher.
Yeah, but Usher whole thing was, and even the Keke Palmer, to me, the Keke Palmer thing made it tight because, like, damn, okay, that whole little big ordeal happened over the Keke Palmer situation with her and her baby father. It was because of the Usher thing. So then it was kind of like you played on that situation a little bit. To me, that was fire. Like, that was Usher's whole thing. His whole tour, or his whole Las Vegas residency. Damn, I'm screwing up on words. His Las Vegas situation, he literally the whole time, all he was doing was serenading women. Why the hell would I want to see men up there? He don't do nothing with these men, so why should BET Panda and have a bunch of dudes up there, and Usher don't even work with none of these dudes?
No, you do.
With who?
Well, Vito was on his tiny desk when he was singing, and Tank.
Both
of them was on their tiny desk.
Yeah, cool. His tiny desk, but even when he just put out his last album, it was nothing but women on it.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think you talking about you want male singers to sing. That's what I think.
Yeah, they had Summer Walker on it. Summer Walker was on his last album. Lotto was on there. She was on his last album. Her was on his last album. I'm going down the list of people. It's no dudes on there. It's literally just all women. The City Girls and Lotto. Like, what are we talking about, though? There's not a man on this album besides 21 Savage and Burna Boy. That's my point. Like, what are we talking about? Like, he don't be sitting here running around working with a bunch of these niggas. So you sitting here saying he worked with women. When he was at his residency in Vegas, he was catering to women. So why would I not see, if somebody's going to pay tribute to Usher, to me, it made more sense for it to be a woman. Even when Coco Jones was serenading the dudes when she was getting to the joint and serenading his wife, like, I couldn't imagine a man doing that. And that's my point where it's just literally just, bro, I swear, bro, black women hate each other, dog. And that's sad. I ain't gonna have y'all gotta get it together, dog. That one is like I seen that. I was like, oh, y'all could tie this right into the Angel Reese hate because this is nuts, dog. Like I could not believe that I literally seen a bunch of women literally upset that it was all women paying tribute to Usher. I was like, all right, dog, y'all got it. Y'all, that's nasty work. I ain't even gonna hold you. Anyway, then they got upset with what's my name? Taraji P. Henson because the way she was. I don't even know why they was getting mad because
political shit.
No, not the political stuff. They was mad because she sit here and serenaded Keith Lee and his wife when she was giving out flowers. They got mad because she couldn't pronounce Flau'jae name. No, Flau'jae got a hard name realistically, unless you watching women's basketball all the time. Is that she ain't got like no easy name. Like if this is a name, sometimes with certain names, it's just like if you're not, this ain't a regular, oh, this not Michelle, this not Nicole. Like it ain't like she mispronounced a normal name. Like, bro, her name is a little bit difficult. So if you don't hear people say it all the time, I can see where you would stumble over a name. I thought I sent it, John. Well, maybe they delete. You know they be deleting stuff. But anyway, it was literally Taraji was going. She was. I'm sure y'all seen it. But at the BET Awards, she was giving out flowers. Like I said, she stumbled over Flau'jae name, and then when she got to Keith Lee, she wasn't even looking at him. Like she was supposed to be giving Keith Lee his flowers, but she was talking to the dude next to him. So people were just like, "Oh, she's so nasty. She's so rude. Why she sitting here trying to sit here and flirt with a man in front of his wife?" Like, dog, I don't necessarily know how much of Keith Lee's content that Taraji actually take in. So you just sit here and be like, oh, why she's sitting here flirting with a married man in front of his wife? I'm like, bro, how does she know that he married? Like, she's seen a couple of his videos. It don't be like his wife be in all his videos. Like they be sitting in the car together, sitting here critiquing the food.
I didn't know he was married.
So that's my point. Like, unless you literally, and he don't even, guess what?
It's just him in the car.
But listen to what I'm saying, though. He don't even do a bunch of interviews because he always, even sitting here when he went into, what was it, Candy's Joint in Atlanta, he always say, I send my family in. So it's not like I send my wife in. It'd be his kids, his wife, his mom, and a whole bunch of other people. So they won't necessarily, like I said, it depends on which video you've seen of him, because if you haven't seen a bunch of his videos, or if you didn't see his Breakfast Club interview, because that's the only interview he ever did, he don't do interviews. So how the hell would you know realistically that the man was even married? So I feel like a lot of people, again, that's what I'm saying. He's saying people, oh, she's so cringy. It was so cringy, this, that, and the third. I'm like, bro, y'all literally just like, Jesus Christ, dog. I swear to God, you can't make black women happy at all, dog. Like, shout out to niggas. That's your audience that you got pandering to, dog. Take my hat off to you, because that is a rough goddamn hill to sit here and climb up. Because I'm talking about, dog, they was just like, bro, like, I don't know. I'm trying to sit here. Let me see if I can find the joint with Taraji and Keith Lee, because they was trying to smoke her out the door. It was. Oh, here you go.
The Method Man look-alike. Method's married, are you? Are you? Hi, how are you? Mr. Keith Lee, I know what you're thinking right now. This is about a 10.9 out of a 10. I got caught up in my own inner monologue. I'm so sorry. You're thinking this is a 10.9 out of 10. My bad. You fine too, so call me. Give him his flower.
So it's just like, okay, I guess let me ask, do y'all feel like that was disrespectful? His wife was sitting right there. Do y'all feel like that was disrespectful?
No. Smart entertainment.
I thought they said that she didn't know who Keith Lee was. That's why the wife was like, her face was all balled up, because she didn't know who she was talking to the wrong person.
Yeah, of course.
Right. So, I mean, I wouldn't be upset. It's not like I wouldn't be upset. Yeah,
so the internet tried to drag her and sit here and say it was cringy. Then they got mad that they redid the Kendrick Lamar Not Like Us, and they was basically trying to, empower women. Even to enter, for people who didn't see the BET Awards. The BET Awards started off with Taraji performing Not Like Us. She did a freestyle, but the freestyle was basically sitting here saying how women are underpaid. And that was my point of where I'm saying he's saying, like, bro, you cannot just, like, you literally cannot make, I don't even want to just sit here and keep saying black women, but you can't make black people happy at all, though. Like, they will literally find every and anything to sit here and critique you about, and sit here and say every and anything was absolutely wrong. The stuff that you need to critique, like Ice Spice and Sexy Red, bro, y'all sit here and want to pick on Taraji. Like, bro, what are we doing for real? Like, that's how sad and that's how crazy the world is. And I'm not gonna lie to you, that is low key one of the things that I can give white people their credit for. Them people, they gonna ride right or wrong. And I literally thought about that when I sit here and sing, like, again, tying it into the Angel Reese thing. That's what I say. I was like, no, Caitlin Clark can lose. As long as she do whatever they thought she's supposed to do, they gonna celebrate that girl and ride for her regardless. It don't matter. And I was kind of like, that is one thing I do respect about white people, bro. And you know that even with the Donald Trump or whatever. But literally, if we just keep it into women's basketball, I don't care if the Indiana Fever gets smoked. Guess what the Caitlin Clark fans gonna say, oh, that's why you need to fire the coach. They need to get rid of Leah Boston and all that. But when it comes to a black woman and a black athlete, I ain't even talking about, I'm literally not talking about the white people that criticize her. I'm talking about how other black women criticize this girl. I'm like, bro, y'all are insane. I literally seen women sit here and say, Aaliyah Edwards had a better game against Asia Wilson than Angel Reese did the night before. Bro, I'm screwing up the names. Angel Reese literally had 18 points and 11 boards. And the other girl had 9 points and 7 rebounds. I said, bro, y'all crazy. Are we watching the same game, or is this the same sport, or is this a different sport? But like I said, man, happy 4th of July. I ain't gonna lie to you, you can't make black women happy at all. So I'm gonna celebrate some white women on 4th of July weekend, though, because y'all throwing me off.
Well, don't do that. Don't come for black women like that.
Get in that hawk too and spit on that thing. You get me? Get in that hawk too and spit on that thing. You get me?
A great white goddamn treasure, dog. Happy 4th of July. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. That is how I feel about y'all right now. Give me a little bit of that.
Get in that hawk too and spit on that thing. You get me? Get in that.
That is this, dog. This is America, dog. This is where we absolutely live. I'm not gonna lie to you, Sexy Red. I do feel bad for you because there's no way in hell that Tyler should have won anything over Sexy Red, dog. Nothing at all. And I seen a lot. Now, this is when I'm cool with people getting upset about the BET Awards because that was ridiculous. So literally, it was for Best New Artist, and Tyler went up against Sexy Red, Boss Man D-Lo. Who was it? It was one more other person that I could just remember. It just pissed me off that she won. It was. I don't know. She could beat 4 Bats because her song was bigger than 4 Bats. But the Sexy Red, we talking about Sexy Red, Boss Man D-Lo. Who else did she beat? Tyler beat. Oh, and Friday. I'm like, bro, it's no way. How did you come on, dog? Like, everybody in their mother, when Friday dropped that wedding video, everybody in their mother was going crazy. If that Lord make me, come on, dog. He had big songs on it. He would have big features on everybody's album and all that. Like, bro, what are we talking about? She got literally one song that people know.
It was a hot song, though. Out of nowhere.
Yeah, but Sexy Red got 5, 6, 10 hot songs out of right in your face, and you knew they was hot. Like, what are we talking about? That Make Me Water ain't bigger than Ski Eat. What are we talking about? Like, how did she beat them? I can argue that Make Me Water ain't bigger than 54 Hibachis. These ain't off-whites. These are right. Like, what are you talking?
Nah.
Well, nah, what?
Because Make Me Wet had his run. It had his run.
The run, what, competing against still those songs? Like, she didn't have just an undeniable run where we was like, oh, this is just the hottest song in the world.
For nobody not to know who she was. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That song did pick up a lot of traction. For that was her first song. I
get it. Yeah, that song picked up a lot of traction, but that song was not bigger than not one of Sexy Red songs.
I mean, like I said,
this supposed to be BET. This the hashtag for the BET Awards is the biggest. What is the culture's biggest moment? If we just talking about screw, we ain't talking about Billboard charts. We ain't talking about numbers. We ain't talking about nothing. We talking about in black culture. What had a bigger impact? Any of those Sexy Red songs, I don't care how you feel about Sexy Red, but you're not about to tell me it's literally 4th of July weekend. You're not about to sit here and tell me that you would hear more people going to sit here and play Sexy Red. If you get literally on the aux DJ at a cookout or whatever, going to play more Tyler than they going to play Sexy Red. Screw everybody else. We talking about just Tyler and Sexy Red. There's no way in hell that you can sit here and tell me that Tyler deserved to sit here and win a Best New Artist over Sexy Red. Like, come on, dog. I don't care how you feel about Sexy Red, but dog, a robbery is a robbery. She literally got robbed for that award, and that one was insane. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That was absolutely out of pocket. What else happened at the BET Awards that was kind of wild? Oh yes, I mean Ice Spice, Ice Spice. I swear to God, I hope this is the last year for Ice Spice, bro. Like, I literally hope, like, her not being cool with Nicki no more, and none of the other girls liking her. I hope we don't literally have to see
Nicki no more.
Because of the text thing. As a matter of fact, I could play the clip of that where it was the girl. They was talking about it. Where was it? Her homegirl sent the. Here you go.
Famous as you are, you have to deal with certain downsides. Like when stuff gets leaked, like text messages or whatever that aren't necessarily real.
Yeah.
How do you like keep the blinders on and not acknowledge like the internet bullshit? Like, cause it's got to be tough.
They gotta be.
It's, you know, sometimes I'm tempted to like engage with certain things.
Like, let me clear this shit up.
Yeah, and so, but then I also realized you're gonna just give it legs to like grow and like run with.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes you can over explain yourself a little bit. So I just kind of like to like just focus on what I can control and like what really is like what really matters. You know
Right.
what I mean?
When you're as famous as
So for people who don't know what happened or what I'm talking about, it was I guess this girl who used to be supposed to be Ice Spice ex best friend basically leaked the text messages of her going on. She was going on Nicki. She was basically saying Nicki was jealous of her, basically saying she carried the Bobby situation because the Bobby movie didn't reach out to Nicki Minaj. They reached out to Ice Spice, but she was trying to, like her and Nicki had a good relationship, and she Nicki built her brand around the Bobby situation. So she kind of was like, I'm gonna throw Nicki a bone. But she's saying all of this like via text message to her homegirl. So her and her homegirl, I guess, get the beefing. And then her homegirl just leaked the text messages and just showed the world that like Ice Spice was kind of kicking Nicki Minaj back in when Nicki, like whatever the case may be. So her and Nicki I don't think they follow each other on social media no more or whatever the case may be. They're not cool. Like you ain't seen them do a song or nothing together. You ain't see Nicki Minaj bring her out on tour.
Damn, you is right.
So, I mean, like I said, I just hope that's the end of it because it's just like, bro, at first when Ice Spice, like, let's be clear, she has become a better performer, but the songs have got worse. Like, yeah, cool, you've worked on your stage performance, but the songs got worse. The songs are horrible now. Like, you're not performing any good. Like, the songs are just
What
pure.
Did she perform last night?
She performed that fart song. She performed that fat booty song, and that's one thing I kind of don't like that all of them did. And that's even with Lotto or Meg. I don't necessarily like that they perform like new songs. Like to me, that was the smartest thing that any of them kind of did was, I mean, especially Sexy Red and Glorilla. I'm gonna stick to the hits that I know people already know. I'm not gonna really try to do something brand new. And which could be, I mean, of course, Glow and Sexy Red got to perform something maybe that's already a couple months old, because even that Drake feature song for Sexy Red, that song is like a month old now. Mm-hmm. So it's still new, but it's still like it's old. People kind of already know it a little bit. Like you give the audience to be able to interact with the song. But like Meg literally performed a song. You performing on Sunday. You literally just put your album out on Friday. So I think that would be, to me, the only thing. But like I said, dog, Ice Spice is just horrible, dog. Like, she is so trash. Like, bro, I'm talking about ridiculously trash. Like, we be hard on Sexy Red, but like, I think if people be hard on Sexy Red, it's not necessarily just even because of the music. It's because all the other extra stuff that she do off of camera. You can kind of even tie that in with her going back and forth with King Von's sister over Chief Keef. Like that, just it's so belittling and it's so dirty, and it's like,
but ain't that what makes it sell, right? Because she put that video.
I mean, I guess, but it's just like, who do that sell to? Like, I mean, I'm not gonna say you're absolutely right. If there is a large group of women who can relate to that type of behavior, and that's sometimes you just got to realize, I may be just too old for this conversation.
Yeah,
like this type of behavior is just.
I think it was a marketing plan. That whole back and forth.
But you know how much of a peon that make you look like, bro? You're literally arguing with somebody who's famous because of you're somebody's sister.
But that's what I'm saying. I just think it was a marketing deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless, we had that whole thing. What was it, last couple of weeks ago? We talked about Chief Keef and her, how they was, what do you say? That's my brother, or whatever it was. When
whatever.
So that's what I'm saying. So I guess they just like, hey, well, let's play off of it.
I guess I don't. That just make, like I said, I could honestly just be okay. You could just be too old for certain situations, and I will play this clip of that lady who maybe a little bit later in the episode was a lady who was going on a rant on why she don't like Sexy Red. But I do want to stay on the BET Awards and just kind of talk about just the other things that I did. Like I like that Lotto came out rapping, like that little part that she came out. I'm like, okay, cool. That's gonna be an intro to your album. I do like that. And she did put out that song Big Mama. And I'm glad that she didn't try to lean too much into the singing part, because I hate that part. Like I'd rather her just came with that song, just the second part of that song, like just the switch up part when she got the rapping, and then I'm cool with the Big Mama, but that whole what you gonna give for my birthday? Oh my, I'm like, bro, this shit is trash. But women like it. I seen women posting it. I mean, I guess it's cancer season, so whatever women's birthday this month, they gonna play. I mean, I guess I'm not a woman, so I do sometimes gotta realize like, all right, some shit just ain't for me. And that was like, I'm a diehard Lotto fan, but that wasn't for me though. When it switched up, she went crazy. When that beat switched up and she got the rapping, I was like, oh yeah, she was blacking out. But to me, and we always talk about this a lot, about just dropping singles and stuff when you got like big projects. Because I even feel like with JT, that Jeezy jump was hard, but it was like, you kind of shouldn't have dropped the same week as G. No, she shouldn't have screwed a verse. You should have put it out the same week as Meg. Because listen to what I'm saying. If y'all all realistically have that same type of audience, not saying you might have a little bit, but your majority, 85% of y'all audience, y'all share. So if Meg put out a whole project, I think it's going to, a lot of those songs are going to kind of be just like, they're going to go like, all right, they just going to come and go. Like, it's not going to be like, and listen, Jeezy was rapping his ass off on it. Jeezy went crazy on that song, but I listened to it once because I was just listening to the Meg project. Like, and let's be clear, even
Meg.
You said what happened?
He got to get on that song with Meg, the one that.
Oh, and it sounded like the same type of beat. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I thought when I heard that beat, I was like, this sound like the same thing. And I'm not gonna lie, if I was Gucci, there's no way in hell you sat down with my wife and you ain't got Jeezy. You should. If I was JT, I would put both of them on the song together. Like, you literally went on the podcast with his wife and y'all had a conversation about who did the influence the beat. Like, why not put both of them on the song together? To me, I would have. That would have been like, now you need one of them gonna say no because Coach K got a relationship with both of them. Even in the verse when Jeezy sit here and said, well, Coach reached out to me, asked me what I done for the year, and I was like, hell nah. You could have put him on it, but just to me, even when you talk about just off the BET Awards, Meg Thee Stallion does what all of those girls, even including Lotto, performance-wise, rapping-wise, she just do it 100 times better. Like that song, that what's this song that she got on that joint? Arigato, I guess that's how Arigato Hot Girl, whatever that joint is OTAKU. Arigato. Niggas, that when she get in there and get the rapping on that pocket, there's not a woman I feel like can rap better than Meg Thee Stallion outside of Nicki Minaj. Like, let's be clear. Y'all know I love the way Lotto rap, but when Meg found one of them pockets and she sit on that pocket, bro, it's nothing you can do. And we talking about performance-wise, like even looking at when Glorilla brought her out, I'm like, it's a difference between, and what I love that Glorilla and Meg Thee Stallion collaboration and that just chemistry that they have together. I hope that they put out a project. Like, you can't allow that moment that y'all had on tour go to waste, and you can't even allow off of that BET, like just watching their chemistry of them performing together, in which they do kind of have an advantage over everybody else because they've been performing together for like the last month and a half or 2 months, because they would have, I think the tour started like sometime in May. So yeah, probably like a month and a half. They've been performing together, but you can see the chemistry. Like, it would flowed effortlessly. If you listen to the song, they got a song called Accent on Meg's project. That song, it was tight. And I like the way that they was even rapping and completing each other verses. Like, that's something girls really don't do. It's not even a lot of niggas who do that no more. Like, that's some old school, like the Locks used to do that. Like, it's not a bunch of, or like you really don't hear, or like that's some old MMG, like when Meek and while they used to go back and forth and complete each other verses. Like, you haven't heard that in a while. So to hear two women do that, and I was like, damn, that's just fire. And I think because of their voices, their voice tone, like Glow kind of got a little bit of deeper voice. I like the way that shit just flow. Like, them two together sounds amazing. Them two performing together was amazing. When she brought Meg out, I'm like, bro, Glorilla smoked it. She had the best, like, we talking about just from beginning to end. To me, she had the best set, because my only beef with Meg's jump was because the song was new. Like, a lot of those songs was new, even the songs that when you perform a hiss, because everybody know hiss, but it's not like a chanty song that people can really just like chant back to you. Like when Sexy Red get it sexy, like people can just chant all of that off like back to you. So that would be my only critique. But you talking about performance wise, you can just see that Meg just kind of like, she is in that confidence that like, nah, I'm better than all of y'all, and I'm gonna let the world, even like her voice control, her voice performance, and the way she projected her voice was like, she smoked that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I told
you when I seen her in concert, I was shocked. I didn't think she was that good performance wise.
Yeah, she smoked it. I ain't gonna lie, she smoked that BET Awards. To me, Meg Thee Stallion was one of them people that was like, all right, if you were sleeping on Meg, yeah, she showed you. Like, she smoked it. I'm not gonna hold you, but I do. My biggest, like I said, only thing I would hope that her and Glorilla don't allow this moment to just go to waste. But yeah, and like I said, I like that Meg song. My favorite 3 songs off that Meg Joan is Where Them Girls At. And I can't remember the dude name, because I know that was the same dude who had Booty Me Down, and he had Dance Like a Stripper. That's the same dude. I don't necessarily know if she sampled that or she actually just found him somewhere and got him to come and redo that John. But whatever, that Where the Girls At, I love that song. That Out of the Hot Dog Girl song, I like that John. I like that Accent John. Like, those are my favorite 3 off that project. I did like the John with her and Big Crit. Like, she had some songs on there that I like, but my favorite 3 was them 3. But yeah, that Big Crit John, I kind of was like, damn. I do wish that she probably realistically would have put she probably should have put Sauce Walk on it. Like, I think she could even sample the end of that verse. Like, she had that little I'm from Splash Town. Like, that was one of his little sayings. Like, when he first came out, like, that was one of his things. Like, nah, I ain't from Houston, I'm from Splash Town. Like, so I hope that she can kind of like, she sampled the end of that, or he even sample it and then just get her to do a verse. I think them two would have a good jump, because I listen to his project a lot. Houston kind of was like dominated what I listened to the majority of the weekend. I listened to Sauce Walk, I listened to a lot of Meg Thee Stallion, and then of course Don Toliver put out a deluxe of his album, and I liked his joint. Like, that joint with him, it was him and Travis, or was it him and I like the joint with him and Yeet. I want to say it was him and Lil Yachty. Matter of fact, it was him and Yachty.
Him and Yeet was the most recent one.
No, but he had it was no, but it was going into the song with Yeet. I want to say it was Yachty. I thought it was Yachty.
I know the most recent joint. Not saying that was the one where he.
Yeah, I mean, of course, the joint off of like when they put the little single joints up, but what was it? I want to say it was Yachty. Yeah, it was no, not Yachty. It was Uzi. My bad. It was called Donnie Darko. Yeah, I like that joint. The Donnie Darko joint and the joint with him and Yeet. That was on the deluxe. But like I said, yeah,
that's the Yeet one.
Yeah, it's on the Apple Music joint. Yeah, so like I said, the BET Awards were straight to me. I think it was super long. Like it did kind of get long to the point. I'm like, dog, bro, I'm ready to go to bed. I need to watch Power. Let me cut this off. Like it did get extremely long. And I guess realistically, of course, we got to get into one of the biggest stories of the weekend. I do want to thank Rick Ross, and we're gonna get right into that one. That joint.